Welcome to the San Clemente Podcast, the only local podcast in the best beach town in the world. We're here to bring you weekly episodes highlighting everything from sports, culture, entertainment, politics, and everything else this beach town has to offer.
Welcome to the San Clemente Podcast. I am without my partner, Jeff Moore, but I'm Brian Del Puente, and we're sitting here with Chairman of the Board, Chamber of Commerce, Tyler Boden. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks
and
for having me.
We're going to talk things Fiesta. We're going to talk things Tyler Boden. Kind of what we did around the 4th. We want to present some info to the people in town and kind of where to go, how to do it, what to expect. So let's jump right into it. Tyler, grew up in town. Let's talk about you growing up and your childhood in town.
Yeah, so I moved here when I was 12 in 7th grade from Las Vegas. So kind of spent my formative years here, went through middle school at Bernice, and then graduated from San Clemente. And loved the town. I mean, totally changed my life. A kid coming from Vegas, so just absolutely fell in love. Always wanted to come back when I went off to college. So I moved back about 10 years ago and been here ever since. And really just started to integrate myself more into the community when I moved back. I kind of got, interested in community engagement while I was gone and politics and stuff like that.
Did you study that in college at all?
A little bit. My major was English, but poli-sci was definitely one that I loved and really had a passion for. I was student body president in college as well at San Diego State.
I'm sure that played into it. So we were talking earlier, ran for council in 2020.
I did, yeah.
And what was that experience like? I mean, that was a turbulent time, COVID, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Talk on that.
It was a wild experience, especially during COVID at that time. Just so many questions, so many thoughts about what our society is, what our country is, and so a lot of those questions were permeating into the city council race at that time, and so it was a great experience. Didn't win, obviously, but made so many connections and learned so much about our city, and my passion for the city didn't go away after that race. So I just continued to stay involved, carried it on through the Rotary Club and the Chamber of Commerce, and kind of here I am now, still doing it, part of the chamber.
Dude.
Yeah.
So let's jump into chamber stuff. So I'm learning. Tell me how does the chamber work? Like, what is there's board, then there's staff, and what do you guys do and what do you support in town?
Yeah, so chambers all over the country are really all about supporting local business in that town. And so our chamber is really good at doing that. It's also a great community organization, so it puts on different events that bring the community together while supporting businesses and promoting businesses locally. We have a great chamber. I mean, Susie Lance, our CEO, is super forward-thinking. She's got a brilliant mind, is just really leading the charge with all the things we're doing with the chamber. But it's been around, our chamber has been around for a long time, and it's got a lot of things that we've been putting on for a long time. And so through all of that, we've built a lot of strength as a chamber. So we're lucky not every chamber has this, but we're lucky to have a very strong staff that kind of really does the groundwork, the legwork behind a lot of these events and things that we put on. And so our board is more of an advisory board. So me as the chamber, I get to run meetings and go to events and give speeches here and there and be a part of meetings and stuff. But it's really the staff that's kind of leading the charge and running things for us.
Right. So you talk about being around a long time. Fiesta,
Yes.
August 8th.
Yeah.
Talk on it. Talk the date. We got Fiesta August 8th, 11 to 6. Is it the longest running event in town?
I believe it is.
It's got to be. If it started in, what did you tell me earlier, 1953?
53 was the first year. This is technically the 71st year, so we took a couple of years off during COVID.
Wow, that's wild.
But I can't think of another. I mean, there may be. Our town is so focused on tradition. It's such a community town, so I'm not going to say it's the longest running, but it's definitely one of the longest running events in town. And it's really just a great example of how strong our community is here in San Clemente and how people just love coming together. And so that's what keeps us going.
It's one of my favorite events of the year. It's kind of caps summer, right? It's at the end of summer. It's traditionally been a Saturday or a Sunday event, excuse me. It's traditionally been a Sunday event. This year, there's a couple things different. You want to talk about the differences this year we can expect to see?
Yeah, so the Fiesta has traditionally been a Sunday event. This year, we decided to kind of change it up and put it on a Saturday, just to invite more people that may want to come out on a Saturday that wouldn't be able to come on a Sunday and have a good time because they got the Sunday scaries and whatnot. So We're trying that out. There's a couple of other things that we're doing differently this year. We're also inviting the restaurants that are on Del Mar to really be more involved with the event.
Idea.
Yeah, so they'll be serving food and drinks actually on the street instead of inside their restaurants, because we really just wanted to encourage that involvement with the event.
Did you get any pushback on that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Was it pretty easy to get those guys on board?
I
mean, I can't imagine why you wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, obviously these restaurants and bars and whatnot, they know this event is coming every year,
right?
And they know that there's going to be beverages served on the street and food served on the street, and so to have the opportunity to do that themselves, to serve their own beverages and their own food on the street, It just gets them more engaged into what we're doing. Putting it on a Saturday does create a little bit of a challenge, and it's something that we're testing out this year. We'll see what happens for next year. But there's a lot of setup that goes into this event. So, this year Friday night we'll start setting up. So the restaurants will have to kind of deal with that. We'll have to close down the street so we can set up all the stages and the booths and everything like that. And so where it traditionally would start on a Sunday or happen on a Sunday, we would do that on Saturday night. But this year, since it's on a Saturday, they'll kind of be affected Friday night and Saturday night. Right. So kind of potentially affects business there. So.
Right, so you're talking about like closing down Del Mar.
Yeah.
Will Ola Vista be closed too?
Not Ola Vista, so it's just the 200 blocks of Del Mar.
Okay.
1 and 200, but that's majority of the restaurants
that's going to create some issues, parking and transportation and stuff on the day of the event. What's the best if you don't live within walking distance or golf cart distance? What is the best way to park and all that stuff?
Yeah, so for those of us that live downtown, we're very lucky that we can just walk there and back to where we're going, which is always nice. But for those that live out of town or in other parts of town where they can't walk, there's a lot of means of transportation to get there. There's a shuttle that'll come from the high school, so people can park at the high school and shuttle over. There's also, as always, there's a trolley that comes from the outlets, so people can park at the outlets and take the trolley to downtown. So we try to make it as easy as possible for people to get there.
So high school and the outlets are some spots that people can trolley or bus into Del Mar and make it easier and less congested with parking. So it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah. And maybe you could try your luck at driving around downtown and find a parking spot, but I recommend going to the shuttleway.
For sure. I know historically there's been 3 stages. Music's the best part of the fiesta, right?
Yeah.
So what can we expect? Are there any favorite bands that you have coming up, or kind of some shows that we should target or circle on the schedule?
So we have at the fiesta, we've traditionally had 3 stages. It is the San Clemente Fiesta Music Festival, so it's all about the music. This year we whittled it down to 2 stages. Part of the reason is it's an expensive event to put on, and one of the largest expenses is the stages that we bring in for the music acts. So we're bringing it down to 2 stages this year. We're really focusing on having great music at those 2 stages. So there'll be one, which is the main stage right at the intersection of Del Mar and Ola Vista, and then there'll be a stage that's further down the 200 block of Del Mar. The people that are organizing our music this year, we're really excited about. So we've got Wes Chiller, who's a local guy that's big into music, does a lot of organizing acts at Knuckleheads and other places. We also have the owner of Beach Fire, who's helping us coordinate one of the stages as well.
2 stages.
Yeah.
Do we know the lineups and who are we looking forward to seeing?
Yeah, so we've got great lineups at both stages. So there's one stage at Ola Vista, which is kind of the main stage. So it's Ola Vista and Del Mar. We've got headlining is the Reflex. We got War Girl, Will Warden, Tunnels, Robert, and Tumbleweed.
Ooh, Tunnels. I love Tunnels.
Yeah, Tunnels is good. And then down at the Seville stage, so further down the 200 block, we've got the Great North Special headlining, the Soul Beacons, Ramonda Hammer, Fernando Norano's Blues Ride, and the Real Big Band.
So it's just stacked good music all day long.
All day long.
Pick your stage. Come hang
out. Cruise around.
Can they bring a beach chair down at the Seville one and hang out on the grass, or is that going to be standing? I would assume at a certain point it's going to be standing room only, but
yeah, no, people are welcome to bring a chair and hang out. It's that's what's great about Fiesta. It's kind of just pick your poison, do what you enjoy, and have a good time. Of course, we don't allow people to bring alcohol,
right?
Because it is a closed event. We have security and everything like that, but there's plenty of places to buy a beverage and food on the street.
So we talked about all the music stands. Something I'm excited about that we've kind of been working in tandem with the chamber and Susie. Jeff and I are going to be out there next weekend with Ryan. We're going to be visiting the vendors, exploring the setup, kind of getting a behind or backstage pass kind of with the vendors and the restaurants and with Wes and the bands. Hopefully do a couple interviews maybe on stage with a band or a sponsor or something. So
nice.
Next weekend, Jeff and I will be out there and we're fired up. And kind of one thing we want to know is to all of our followers and everybody out there, like, what's a must visit vendor? What's a must try food? And who's our favorite band in the lineup? That's something that we want to make sure that we go after and talk to, so we can get that kind of that inside scoop and you know, kind of just kind of have that backstage pass that some people might not get to see.
Yeah. Well, one thing that a lot of people don't know about the Fiesta is all of the beer booths are staffed by volunteers.
Okay.
And the people that run the beer booths actually get to select a nonprofit that they want to direct the tips of that beer booth towards.
Oh, sick. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I think that would be a great thing to go check out, is go talk to the people volunteering at the beer booths, find out which nonprofit they're donating their tips to, and get to know like who the people are and you know, more about what they're excited about.
Oh, that's killer. So if you tip at the beer booths, it's going to go to a nonprofit of their choice.
Right. Yeah.
I love it. That's great.
And we get to donate like $10,000 to $15,000 every year to nonprofits.
That's cool.
Just from the tips from the beer booths.
That's awesome. What a cool initiative and a way to really give back.
Totally.
While you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Ryan, we talked earlier about like some family friendly stuff, right? Because it can get a little rowdy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I know I like to get down there early with my kids. We hit the bounce houses, the face painting. My kids are getting a little bit old for that, but can you talk on like some of the early stuff?
Yeah. Well, first off, you're never too old to face paint.
Yes.
My friends got their face painted, did like the Mike Tyson thing last year, and so never too old to do that. But absolutely, like the bounce house, the face painting, all the stuff further down the street, like closer to the library, is a great place for families to go. But also now at the top of the street, since we won't have a stage there, it'll be a little bit quieter there, so a good place for families. I would just recommend for all families. I mean, over the years, we've really tried to make the Fiesta more family friendly.
Right.
When I was in high school, it got pretty rowdy.
Yeah.
And now, especially with Susie's leadership, we've really tried to invite more families to be comfortable coming out with their strollers and whatever it is they have. But I would recommend trying to come towards the beginning of the day. So it starts at 11. Anytime 11 to 3 or 4 is a good time. Towards the end of the day, it does get louder. The headliners start coming on. And people are out there dancing around. So it might be a little less family friendly, but that's just the nature of the event.
What's your favorite part of the Fiesta?
Well, for the past several years, I've worked a beer booth all day. And so I'll say that, for me in recent years, it's been changing kegs. I just, I was a bartender after college and stuff, and I'm pretty good at changing kegs. So just getting back there, moving the kegs around, changing them out, and making sure all the beers are cold.
Did you have any input in the steering the money that was tipped?
I did. So I had the benefit of, since I ran a beer booth, that I got to donate the proceeds to a nonprofit. So I've had our tips donated to the San Clemente Rotary Club and the Wellness and Prevention Center of late. Yeah.
Does most of the tips from those, are they nonprofits in town?
Yeah, primarily. Yeah, nonprofits
awesome.
in town. And it's usually, the volunteers are usually people that are part of that nonprofit.
Right.
So they come out, it's kind of like a fundraiser for this nonprofit to get their volunteers out and help to raise funds for their nonprofit.
Now, we talk a lot about getting involved, getting active in town. If you want to help, is there means to help without being part of one of these nonprofits and sponsoring? Can just a random guy come and volunteer, sign up somewhere?
Absolutely, yeah. So on the Chamber's website, there is a link that you can sign up to volunteer. It's just a Sign Up Genius website. You can also volunteer to work at a beer booth. So even if you don't know the nonprofit or the people that are working there, it's so much fun to work at a beer booth, just serving beers.
And I know sitting on the Friends of San Clemente, volunteers are so crucial, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They just make everybody's job a little bit easier, and it creates a more fun environment. So if you're looking to volunteer, looking to help, go to the website, the City of San Clemente's Chamber of Commerce website, and volunteer, sign up.
Yeah, it's such a fun time. Everybody at the Chamber is good people, and we run a good event, and it's just good vibes all day. So highly recommend doing it.
I think it's great. Everybody sees the final product, right? But you as someone that's in the planning and setting it up, what are some challenges that present itself every year?
Yeah, so at the San Clemente Chamber, we're obviously lucky to have the staff that is really in charge of running things, and the board members. Some of them, like I'll shout out Ricky Rodriguez. He's our workhorse on the chamber board for Fiesta, but the staff does most of it. But really, the challenges that I've seen in planning the Fiesta over the years is really just the rising costs of things. Ever since COVID, the cost of things have just gone up so much. So it's been a challenge for us to put on the event, and at the end of the day, it is a fundraiser for the chamber, and so to justify putting it on has become more and more challenging. But we know this is such a long-standing community tradition. We want to keep it going regardless, because we know it's good for the community. I will say too that like having it on a Sunday has been a challenge, because there's other community events going on in other neighboring communities on that same day, and so that's become a challenge with attendance, because we're kind of fighting for an audience. We're fighting for where people want to go on that Sunday. So that's part of the reason why we've decided to put it on a Saturday this year, just to see what attendance looks like.
Yeah, I know something I'm excited about is the food. I know Jeff and I will argue about what's best and what's not best. I always look for, you bum me out, I always look forward to the tri-tip.
Yeah.
Those guys aren't going to be out there.
So the Knights of Columbus, they've long time been the tri-tip vendors. This year they're actually going to be running a beer booth.
Cool. So they'll still be out there, be still participating.
Yeah, they'll be out there. It's a fundraiser for them through the beer booth instead of a fundraiser through the tri-tips. I know we're all going to miss the tri-tips.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough without them, but they may be back next year. We'll see.
So food's primarily going to be the restaurants on Del Mar.
So we've got Beach Fire and other restaurants that are actually going to have their food served on the street with beverages. So traditionally, we've always only had beer on the street, but this year we're actually going to have cocktails served by the restaurants. Cool. They'll be serving that with their own food. So bummed not to have the tri-tip, but this year I think we're going to have some good surprises for people.
All right, Tyler, let's do a little some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Fiesta style.
Rapid fire questions. Fiesta style. Yeah. With Brian de la Puente.
So describe the Fiesta in one word.
I would say community. Yeah. What about you? What would you say?
You know what? I think I like community. I would have gone there, but I think just a fun day. I know that's two words, but it's really really a fun day for everybody.
Yeah, totally.
It really hits everybody, whether you're a young family, whether you're single, like it just hits everybody, right?
Totally.
So what is, to the listeners, what's the Fiesta in one word for you?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, next question. When is the best time to show up?
I would say early in the day. Not everybody does show up early in the day, but it's kind of nice. Like obviously I'm there early, and it's kind of like the quiet before the storm at the beginning of the event. So especially if you have a family, definitely show up earlier because it's quieter. But also if you're trying to go to the beer booth, there's no lines in the beginning of the day, so it's a little nice to get there early.
Okay, show up early. What do you think is the best thing for families?
So bounce house, face painting, down near the library, that's going to be the best place for families to go. But up and down the street, I mean, for anybody going, I always recommend make sure to check out the entire street of Fiesta.
You know what my kids love?
What?
They love there's a lot of interactive booths.
Yeah.
Where you spin a wheel and you get a gumball or whatever it is. So my kids love going up and down and collecting stuff.
Totally.
They end up with a pair of sunglasses and a hat and whatever. So they love the bounce house and the face painting stuff, but they like going up and meeting everybody and collecting the free swag.
And that's one thing we try to do is for all the vendors to have an activation for anybody coming by to do. So that's a lot of fun too.
Yeah, that's a good one. We'll be handing out hats and stickers.
Oh, nice.
San Clemente Podcast official.
Oh, I'm coming down.
We're moving up in the world.
I'm coming down for a hat.
All right, one thing that people should not miss.
So definitely the music. The music on Ola Vista is kind of our highlight main stage. So check out the music list before you get there. See who you know, see who you're interested in, and try to be there for the headliners because those are the top bands.
Sure. Are you guys? Is there a salsa contest this year?
There's no salsa contest anymore, unfortunately. We've thought about bringing it back, but it's a little bit of a heavy lift for the people that are doing it. So we don't do that, but we do at the beginning of the day, as always. we have the traditional dancers that come down Del Mar.
Sweet.
So that's another reason to go early, is check that out.
I remember when I was growing up, we would always show up kind of later, and I thought the salsa contest was a dance.
Oh. Yeah.
And I'm like, then my mom's neighbor, she's like, no, we're in the salsa. I'm like, Sammy, you're in the salsa contest? And I'm like, I didn't know you knew how to dance, girl. All right. One thing to bring and one thing not to bring, because it is a closed event. So there is a threshold where you go in through security.
Yeah.
What is something that might not get let in?
Yeah, so it's always a sunny day on Fiesta, so wear your sunscreen before you get there. If you're going to be drinking, make sure to bring your ID. One thing not to bring is outside alcohol, because they will be checking for that, and they'll be checking for IDs as well and giving wristbands.
Cool. In your opinion, where's the best place to start?
So for me, I like to start at the top of Del Mar. Yeah. People probably have different opinions on things, but this year we won't have a stage at the top of Del Mar. It'll be a little bit more mellow. So it's kind of a good way to kind of enter, check out what's going on at the top of the street, and then you work your way down. That's what I would recommend.
Okay, I agree with you. I think starting up top, making your way down, hanging out down at the bottom, and then making your way back up is the best way to do it.
For sure.
What should people scratch that, Ryan? Yep. Who should people thank for making this happen? Who are some of the heavy hitters that really make this thing go?
So there's 3 individuals that I'll mention that are part of the chamber. So we've got Susie Lance, the CEO of the chamber, and Arlen Flores from the chamber staff. There's Ricky Rodriguez from Rod's Tree Service, who's just a rock star and a legend, not just at this event, so many events, and all the guys at Rod's actually volunteer, so it's awesome. But I would say highlight as a sponsor of Fiesta, it's Left Coast Brewing. So Tommy at Left Coast Brewing has been such a huge supporter of Fiesta over the years. They donate so many kegs, and it allows us to raise money for this event. So definitely a huge shout out to Left Coast Brewing.
Yeah, it's the best when local businesses that have been successful, right?
Yeah.
Come out and support these local events, because it's truly what makes it go, right? The opportunity that these guys get to make an impact is so cool. So thanks to all the sponsors that come out and support this thing, because it truly is a fun communal city event. So
yeah, we wouldn't be able to do it without our sponsors, so we're super appreciative.
How about to a newcomer? Why should someone come? Why is this the event to be at? Why should somebody that's not maybe new to town, why is this the marquee event this summer?
Yeah, so I mean, San Clemente Fiesta in its 71st year, this is an event that lasts for a reason, right? It's a good time where everybody comes together. So for somebody coming for the first time, and maybe if it's their first time coming to San Clemente, I definitely recommend going up and down the street and just checking out everything that's going on in the event. But also check out the businesses that are kind of behind the booths and see what's going on Del Mar. What kind of businesses do we have? And it's great that we have the restaurants participating, serving food and cocktails, so people can actually, get those things from the street instead of having to go inside the restaurant. But definitely, if you're a first timer, go up and down the street, check out everything. But the highlight of the whole event, being a music festival, is the music. So
sure,
check out the music.
Come out and check out the music. I know Jeff and I are fired up to be out there. Thank you guys for letting us come out and get to hang out and kind of capture some of this event.
Absolutely.
If you see us out there, come say hi.
I will. I got to get my hat.
We'll get your hat, get some stickers. We're excited. It's a great event. It's one of the best ones in town. The chamber does a great job. Thank you for all that you do. And
thank you.
Again, Fiesta, August 8th. It's a Saturday this year.
Yep.
11 to 6.
That's right.
Come out, have a good time.
Hope to see you there.
Thanks for coming on, dude. Again, this is something that we love doing. I know we could have a much longer conversation on lots of things.
Yeah.
But
it's been a pleasure.
That will be in the future. So if you guys like the podcast, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. It really helps. Give us feedback, and more to come next week. So thank you guys.
Great to be here.